Have you seen the comments or headlines saying that Ozempic causes brain fog, or worse, GLP-1s drain your brain? If you're on Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, or Zepbound, or thinking about starting, that's a scary claim. So today we're answering one question with actual science. Do GLP-1 medications harm your brain or help it? And if brain fog happens, what's really causing it and what you can do about it? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's start with the headline. There is no evidence that GLP-1 medications cause permanent brain damage, cognitive decline, or brain drain. In fact, and this part surprises a lot of people, research suggests GLP-1 drugs may actually protect brain health, but some people do experience temporary brain fog, fatigue, or trouble concentrating. The key word here is temporary, and the causes are usually indirect. Let's break it down. GLP-1 medications work by attaching to GLP-1 receptors all over your body, in your gut, your pancreas, heart, and yes, in parts of your brain. In the brain, GLP-1s help regulate satiety, which is the feeling of being full, your appetite, and your reward pathways involving dopamine. This is why people often say, food noise is gone. I'm not constantly thinking about eating, and cravings feel quieter. That's not brain damage, that's brain signaling changing. And research shows GLP-1s may also reduce inflammation in the nervous system, lower oxidative stress, and reduce the risk of stroke and dementia. Some studies even show lower rates of Alzheimer's and cognitive decline in people using GLP-1 medications. So from a neurological standpoint, these drugs look protective, not harmful. So why do some people feel brain fog? Here's where the confusion comes in. Brain fog isn't a medical diagnosis. It's a symptom, and symptoms always have causes. The most common ones we see with GLP-1 users are not the medication itself, but what the medication leads to, like not eating enough calories. GLP-1s reduce appetite by 16 to 39%. That's powerful, but it can backfire. When calorie intake drops too low, your brain doesn't get enough fuel. That can cause fatigue, slowed thinking, and poor concentration. That's not a brain side effect, that's undereating. There are also nutritional deficiencies, and this is the big one. Studies show 22% of GLP-1 users develop nutrient deficiencies within 12 months. Vitamin D is the most common, but it doesn't stop there. Deficiencies linked to brain fog include vitamin D, B vitamins, iron, magnesium, calcium, and zinc. And here's the kicker. Standard multivitamins are often not enough for GLP-1 patients. They're designed for people eating 1,800 to 2,500 calories a day, not for someone barely tolerating food. There's also dehydration. GLP-1s reduce thirst cues and appetite. Add nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea, and dehydration can sneak up very quickly. Dehydration alone can cause headaches, dizziness, brain fog, confusion. A lot of Ozempic brain fog improves simply by drinking more water and electrolytes. There's also low blood sugar in specific situations. GLP-1s rarely cause hypoglycemia on their own, but if combined with insulin, low blood sugar can happen, and that absolutely affects thinking and mood. Early reports raised concerns about depression and suicide, but large, high-quality studies do not show a causal link between GLP-1s and increased suicide risk. In fact, some data shows small but meaningful reductions in depressive symptoms, improved self-esteem, and reduced anxiety tied to weight and health. That said, malnutrition can absolutely affect mental health. As psychiatrists and dietitians point out, caloric restriction and nutrient deficiencies can mimic or worsen depression, anxiety, sleep problems, and cognitive impairment. Again, this is about nutrition, not brain damage. If you're on a GLP-1 or thinking about starting, here's what actually helps. Prioritize protein. Enough protein preserves muscle and supports brain function. Hydration and electrolytes. Don't rely on thirst cues. Set reminders. Targeted supplementation. Many people need separate calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, omega-3s, and sometimes potassium, not just a multivitamin. Get some sleep. Nausea and reflux can disrupt sleep, and poor sleep equals brain fog. You also want to work with a registered dietitian. People who work with registered dietitians can catch deficiencies earlier, have better long-term outcomes, and are more successful after stopping the medication. So what happens when the medication stops? Here's an uncomfortable truth. Most people regain about 2/3 of the weight within a year of stopping GLP-1s. Why is that? Because the medication doesn't fix emotional eating, stress coping, sleep habits, and food relationships. That's why a behavioral and nutritional approach matters, not just the shot. So let's be very clear. GLP-1 medications are not melting your brain. They are not causing permanent cognitive decline, and the science actually suggests they may protect brain health. When brain fog happens, it's usually undereating, dehydration, nutrient deficiencies, and sleep disruption, all of which are fixable. If you're experiencing brain fog, don't panic and don't quit your medication without talking to your provider. Instead, ask, am I eating enough? Am I hydrated? Have my labs been checked? And do I need nutritional support? If this video helped clear things up for you, hit like. It really does help the channel. And if you want more science-based, no-hype GLP-1 content, subscribe. Drop your experiences in the comments below, especially if you dealt with brain fog yourself and figured out what helped you. Thanks so much for watching today, and we'll see you in the next video.